Have you ever had a reading and negative things came up, but you didn't tell that person?
I did one time when I first started doing it. Mm-hmm. When I first got into it. And when I tell you my spirit guides, they got me. Yeah. They literally got me. So I vow not to never do that again.
I'm your host, Millionaire Trill. Thank you for tuning in, Real Talk After Dark. And this is my guest,
CaseyTarot, and I read tarot cards.
Miss Casey May was born and raised in Covington, Georgia. How many kids do you have?
I have 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys.
Okay. What was growing up being Casey was like?
When I was young, I was mean. Like, I was mean. I used to love to fight, curse, you know. Those were some of my traits when I was young because that's what I knew.
So why were you mean?
I used to see my uncles and them, they argue and fuss all the time. So, you know.
I thought it was normal.
Yep, it was very normal to me.
So you grew up seeing like your family members be very, very mean and was cursing and doing all kind of stuff. And it was like, okay, in your mind, you thought like, this is what I'm supposed to do too. Like, I'm supposed to be this way too. Yep. So you kind of matched what they had going on.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So did you stay in the house with your mom, your dad? Like, how was it with that?
With my mom and my dad for a period of time.
Okay.
Because they was married at one time and then they got divorced. Probably around 10. I probably was like 10 or 11.
Did you have your first kid like in high school or you was like grown?
No, I was young.
Okay.
Middle school.
So you had your first child when you were in middle school?
Yes.
Okay. And you had your daughter first?
Yeah, my daughter, Shay.
Okay, so Shay is the oldest. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you kind of like grew up with her and she was kind of like your friend, your daughter, like, or your, like, how was it?
Yeah, she was like my friend, you know.
Because y'all was kind of...
Yeah, but I still raised her, like, even though I was young, I still made sure that she was raised up as a respectable lady.
Right,
yeah.
Right. So you still, like, you know, like, showed her more motherly attention versus, like, friend. That's what you said?
Right,
okay,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was kind of, like, pretty crazy, though, wasn't it? Like, you know, like, you kind of having a younger kid and you still trying to party, live a life, and be you, and still raise, you know, a child. Like, that was kind of, like, a little bit... Was it like a little struggle or was it?
Yeah, it was definitely very hard. It was very hard, but you know, I had a lot of support. I had a lot of support. My mom, my grandmom, so yeah, I had a lot of support.
Shay was like a daddy's girl too.
Yeah,
right?
she was a daddy's girl, yeah.
What is the most frequent question you have been asked about tarot?
Relationships.
So
people want to know about their relationship. Finances, those are the most frequent questions that people have.
Is my man cheating on me today?
Yes, they.
Yeah. Is my woman like cheating on me for real?
Yeah.
When you had somebody come to you and was like, okay, is my man cheating on me? If you see that, or however, if it's like a yes, like, is that kind of hard to tell somebody, or like, how do you?
Well, see, a lot of times, you know, people have to know if they really want to know the truth. Mm-hmm. If you calling to get a tarot reading and from me, you better want to know the truth because I'm gonna give you the truth.
Okay.
You know, I don't sugarcoat. I'm gonna be straightforward with you about what I see.
Tell us a little bit about tarot first before we kind of get in. Like, tell us like your history of tarot.
Okay, my history with tarot is like, tarot readings are, I think everybody should get them. And
so you think that everybody should get a reading?
I think everybody should get a reading. And that's just my opinion, so don't beat me up. When you get a tarot card reading, you are able to foresee what's coming towards you. You know, you're able to foresee stuff you didn't even know. You can tell it. Sometimes if you are in control of the situation, you can reroute a situation. That's if you have control of it. But if somebody else have control over whatever is going on in your tarot card reading, you don't have control over that situation. So you won't be able to turn it around. But if you have control over something you see coming in your tarot reading, you can definitely turn their energy around.
You give people a insight on what's ahead of them.
Yes.
So that's what you do. Like when you do your tarot reading, that's what you focus on. Like you're trying to help somebody to conquer whatever may be coming towards them, or to just get prepared for whatever good that they may have, right?
Yeah, good or bad.
Okay.
Because every tarot card reading is not good, and every tarot card reading is not bad.
So what is like a bad tarot card reading? Like what is like an example of like, this is bad?
When you see death.
But why is death bad?
I can tell you from my perspective.
That's
and
what we
this
mean.
is with my own daughter. When I was able to see like what was happening with my child before it even happened. Like 3 months prior to the situation that she went through the last time with her and her husband, I saw it. And I told her, like, because I'm reading her, so I'm telling her what I see. But, you know, sometimes people just don't listen.
So let me ask you a question. When you were seeing this for your daughter, was it like in a dream, or you saying like you did it with cards?
I did it with cards.
Oh, so you gave your daughter a reading.
Yes.
And you seen that it was some things were going to happen to her within her marriage, and you told her like, hey, this is going to happen. You may see this, and she didn't take it serious. And then down the line, like how long was it before she like,
3 months.
So it was, so basically your readings are like kind of 3 months in. You see what I'm saying? Okay.
It's like 3 months. You're going to see if I give you a reading, you're going to see what I tell you within, from that day, you have up until a 90-day period to see what I have told you.
So how was that like, because you are a tarot reading, you are her mom, so it's like, how was that, she going through that and you had already told her, like, how was that experience?
Well, you know, it was hard. It was hard, but I was hoping that she would listen, but you can only tell a person so much, and it don't matter who it is. You can only tell a person so much, like, don't do this, or don't go this way, or don't go back that way, but a person still have their own mind. Right. Now, she could have chose to not to go back, and that wouldn't have happened. You see what I'm saying? So she was in control of the situation, but by her going back, that's what happened. You know, she ended up getting hurt out of the situation.
But do you think that it should have happened like that? Because, like, if something happened to her, well, if you told her this and she didn't take heed on that, so it happened another way. If you told her to go right and she went left, so by her going left, she went through that and she had whatever experience she had, do you think, like, that may could have been, like good for her too, though? Like, you know, because I feel like sometimes, this is just my experience, like, I feel like sometimes God take us through things, you know, that we look at as like hurting us, but it's really for us. Like, I know a lot of stuff that I've been through, you know, like I looked at it in the past, it was like her abusement, all these negative things, but in reality, like, it was all to get me where I'm at now. Like, if those things didn't happen, I wouldn't be millionaire trail, like I wouldn't be this person. So I feel like sometimes it could be like, hey, you gotta go through that so you can, you know.
Well, see, in this situation, if it wasn't life-threatening,
okay,
then I probably would be like, yeah, she would have needed that life lesson. But she had already went through a situation when she was 16, you know, with her dad, and watching all of that situation happen with him being murdered. So this situation, I feel like it should have been, you know what I'm saying? It should have been rerouted.
Okay, yeah.
And by her having control of the situation, it could have been rerouted.
So now when you try to give her readings and stuff, she like, okay, she really try to take heed of it more? Okay, because she know, like,
she take heed.
I could have prevented something in the past. Okay.
Yes, she really listened, and she take heed now.
Do you have to sacrifice something for your readings to manifest?
No, you don't have to sacrifice anything. God lead all of my readings.
Okay.
God and my ancestors, my spirit guides, they lead all of my readings.
All right, so you don't have to sacrifice a goal, sacrifice somebody else, sacrifice your job,
No.
sacrifice, like, you don't have to do any of those things
You don't have to do any of
for
that.
your readings to come true, right?
No.
Okay, so there y'all have it. Okay.
No, you don't have to do any of that.
So you don't have to sacrifice anything,
Nope,
she said,
you don't have to
in order for your readings to come
You
true.
don't have to sacrifice anything because God is the head of my readings. God lead my readings along with my ancestors and my spirit guides.
Okay.
Those are the ones that lead my readings.
Why do you think some people do readings for free? And why do you think some people charge for reading?
Everybody is different. You know, every tarot reading, every tarot reader is different. Like, we read different. You know, people charge different. Like, it's just a lot of difference in tarot card readings in the people. You know, everybody not real. Everybody not real, so that's why a lot of people charge so less, because the information that they could be giving you is not real.
Okay.
So you pay for what you get.
So you feel like that if I'm going to get a reading, I pay $500, it got to be some more truth in it because I pay more money?
It should. If you paying $500 for a reading, then you should be getting a lot of information, and it should be a lot of truth within that reading. Now, if you sit down and you don't pay a person $500 and nothing that they have told you, like they ain't told you nothing that you know of.
Right, nothing that is real.
Nothing that is real. So basically, you done gave $500 away.
Exactly.
Because me, the way I do it, if I don't connect with you within my first 2 cards, I don't even want to talk to you.
So what is the connection like? Like, when you say, like, when I don't connect with you, like, what is that like? Like, how is that like?
Within my first 2 cards, I'm going to be done told you something that you're going through within the first 2 cards.
Right. So you can give them valid information,
right.
The first couple minutes, within the first 2 minutes of the session.
The first 2 cards, because I usually pull. I have 2 decks that I do with my tarot readings.
So they're different cards.
Yeah, they're different cards. So I'm basically gonna have like 12 cards from one deck, 13 cards from one deck, and basically 4 or 5 from the next deck. You know, Kipper. So if I haven't connected with a person with the first 2 cards, I just send your money back because I don't wanna read you.
So why do you think you won't be able to connect with a person like in the first 2 minutes? Like, what you think may be going on?
I've never had it happen.
Oh, for real?
Never.
So you never got
I've never
a spirit that, or like a negative, like, I can't do this with this person?
No, never. Never. And I done did a lot of them.
Yeah, but I've never been able to not read them.
Right.
Okay. Have you ever did a reading that made you uncomfortable?
Yeah, I do. I have did a few that, made me uncomfortable. It's just that, like I said, it's what you see in them. It's sometimes what you see that a person is finna get ready to come in contact with that makes you uncomfortable with the reading, And when I say that, to say this, I seen a person going to Africa. But they were going to Africa, and once they got to Africa, somebody was gonna pass away once they got there. But they wasn't aware of that. You see what I'm saying? And that really got to me because this person was going to like see a grandmother. So, so it'd be a lot of uncomfortable moments like that.
So the person was going to see their grandmother, and then, but in your reading that you had with them prior to them going to Africa, you seen that they were coming in contact with some type of death.
You get emotional from readings like that, And I get, and like when it's a good reading, like I'm real happy because I like to see great things coming for people.
Like, do you see more good than bad for most people?
It's balanced.
What do you do when a reading feels unclear to you? You can see a little bit, but you're not all the way 100% sure this is going to happen for this person, or this is what this person is finna come in contact with. Like, how do you like handle that?
Well, I use like 3 decks and I get clarity, but not just that. I call on my guys, and trust me, when I tell you my guys are there 100%, like they let me know what's what.
Okay.
They're gonna clear it up for me.
So when did you experience this gift? Well, are you considered like just a tarot card reader or like clairvoyant? Like, did you have any kind of special things like when you was younger? Like, I knew something was different about me, or?
Yep. I knew I was different, but I didn't actually start looking into what I had until I got older, and God pushed me to do it. He pushed me to do it.
So what do you mean by that?
Okay, so when I was younger, we lived in this house where it was a lot of ghosts lived in the house, you know, and I used to be sleeping at night, and I could hear the chains like coming down the hallway, and immediately this person like a lock on me, and I'd be hollering, somebody get this man on me, you know. So my uncle or my brothers or somebody else coming in and cut the light on and be like, I'm just laying down, I'm just asleep. But when I wake up, I'm able to tell them like, look, it was a man that was on me, like he had chains, like, you know, I couldn't see his face, but I knew who that was. But I fought him off me every time. That was Satan. I fought him off me every time he came. So, and that's why too, like, you know, I was like bad then, you know what I'm saying? I was bad.
Because
so
you was going through all this stuff that you couldn't explain, you couldn't tell people about, and the things that you had seen.
Like I was praying to God that, like, you know, they took that away from me. Like I didn't want to fight, I didn't want to be mean, I didn't want to do none of that. And I prayed for God to take that away from me, and He did. Like He literally did. And but even after that, when I was like 12 years old, I would dream. Like I'm a big dreamer.
I was gonna ask you about this. So do you dream? Like, do you have? Okay, you do.
A big dreamer.
So
like Sand Hill, I dreamed about Sand Hill being busted.
So you kind of knew, like, hey, this and that.
2 days. 2 days. And I told my grandmama, helicopter was over there, everything, all the police, everything. I was like 12 years old, I think. Yeah, I think I was like 12, 11 or 12.
And you would have these dreams about certain stuff. And
they came true.
True, yeah, okay. So that's when you kind of knew, like, when you was younger, like, hey, it's something like, dang, like, you know, like you said that you had to fight Satan off, like, so was it like a man, like, with a face, or you saying, like, it was just something like a male spirit that was just kind of attacking you?
He didn't have a face.
It was like a spirit that you, okay, okay. So you went through that as you was younger. And so you did say, like, you finally got it to be, like, I guess got it removed from you.
Right.
Like praying and things of that nature.
Yes.
Yeah, because you got tired of, like, going through that.
Right.
And, okay. When you have a dream about something, do you call somebody and tell them? Or so you will call them and tell them, like, hey.
I dream about everything. Numbers. I dreamed about the Jumbo Lotto number years ago. And I gave it to my friend Rika Mitchell. We was at work. We worked 16 hours that day. I wrote the number down and gave it to her. When we got off work, we was so tired. We both went home. Didn't even stop by the store.
Then it fell.
I went home, started in front of the TV, and all the numbers came out cross stream.
That you had placed on the paper to tell her to,
yeah. She'll tell you right now.
Dang.
She's supposed to be rich, and me too.
So how y'all felt after that? Like,
well, you know, I knew then that I was something special.
Right.
Like I always had knew. And I think this was roughly in like 2007. So I still know that I'm special, but I just haven't found it just yet.
So what did you, like, okay, so you said like you knew, like, what did you, like, what was you thinking it, like, when you was younger and you was like, okay, you having these experiences, like, what were you thinking? Like, did you think like, oh, I'm crazy, oh, I'm a weird person,
No.
oh, like, what did you think?
I never thought I was crazy. I just knew I was special. Like, I knew I had a gift, and I knew I had to find that gift that I had, because I was able to see things. I was being brought things in my dream. I was seeing things that God wanted me to see. Like, I done won a lot of numbers from my dreams, and I done gave a lot of people numbers, and they'll tell you from my dreams.
Have you ever had a reading and negative things came up, but you didn't tell that person?
I did one time when I first started doing it. Mm-hmm. When I first got into it. And when I tell you my spirit guides, they got me. Yeah. They literally got me. So I vow not to never do that again.
Okay, so you had this reading and some things came up about this person that it was like, you know, like, I guess maybe a friend or someone, it's like, that's a little bit too much for them, or was it too much for you to let, like, how was, did you think it was?
It was a little bit, it was too much for me. I thought it was too much for me to tell them, but afterwards, I know that I should have told them, you know, because my spirit guides, they let me know that, you know, hey, never do that again.
So, okay, so when you didn't tell them what had happened, like, what experience you had with your spirit guides? Like, what, was it like a little, like, something negative had happened to you, or was it like a little voice saying like, I'm gonna get you, or you did, like, what was that experience?
It was a little voice, like, you know, you gonna feel it throughout the night, and they gonna let you know, like, hey,
did you feel bad?
If you being told to do something, do it.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Right.
If they tell you to do something, do it. And that's where a lot of people go wrong at. Everyone has a guide. Mm-hmm. And if you focus, see, when people ride and listen to loud music all the time, you're not focused. Mm-hmm. You're not focusing. If you ride and cut your music off, a lot of times you can hear, you know what I'm saying? You can hear what they got to tell you. You can hear what they got to tell you.
So how do some people, like, okay, you said besides like in the car turning your radio, like, how do some people connect with their spirit guides to hear that, you know, what the spirit guides are trying to tell them? Like, how do you think that some people can connect?
First and foremost, you will never hear them if it's loud around you all the time.
Right, if it's chaos and all that.
You will never hear them. Even if you are a person that's enraged all the time, you will never hear your spirit guides. You gotta be quiet. Like, you gotta be quiet and you gotta listen. You know, and you know, a lot of people truly do have the gift, but they just don't know how to bring it in to them. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Because we all have spirit guides.
So when you say a lot of people have the gift, but they don't know how to develop it, what gift is you referring to?
Like being able to read a person, okay. Yeah.
So you feel like a lot of people do have it, but they don't know how to, like, communicate with that, tap into that inner spirit to know, like, okay, this is what it's telling me, this is what I need to do.
Yep.
Like, but why do you think some people, like, or how do you think some people can tap into that? Like, how do you think?
They can tap into it. Like I said, the key word is focus.
Focus, okay.
Focus, and you got to talk to them. You know, you got to talk to them. Mm-hmm. Most of them be like your ancestors, you know. See, I have so many angels around me, like a whole bunch of them.
Do you think anyone can learn to read tarot, or do you believe some people have a natural gift?
I have a natural gift. A lot of people like me, I have a natural gift. It's 78 cards in my tarot deck. I'll show you. I never studied this deck. Never.
So you never studied this deck, and you've been had it for
years.
Okay.
I never studied.
So when you say study, you mean like you never like really like paid attention to what or like looked up the knowledge behind it.
Right.
You just
I automatic knew it.
Oh, so when a card fell or when you flipped the card, it was just like it came to you. So that's how you know, like, it's my natural gift.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. The next question: how do you prepare for a reading when it's time for you to get into a tarot session reading with someone? Like, how do you prepare? Like, you wake up and you got a booking for tomorrow. Like, what is the steps that you mostly take to get prepared to deliver these people the information that they need to know?
Well, most of the time, I pray. Okay, I pray, and I get a lot of rest because a lot of readings will drain you because of the energy that people carry. Everybody don't carry good energy.
So what you do when the energy is heavy from a reading that's, like somebody just dumped on you, like what do you do to unleash their energy? Like to remove the negative energy that they, put on you. Like, what do you do?
I soak. Once I get out of a session like that, I soak. I soak probably sometime 30, 45 minutes. However long it take me to decompress from that energy, that's what I do.
And do all bad readings make you drained, or do like just sometimes when you just, like a normal reading like that's good can make you drained? Like, is it like mostly like a lot of readings, or is it just like people who have like a lot of negative things going on?
Yeah, it's mainly like when people have a lot of negative in their reading. And not just that, like the person can really be negative themselves, and that's what can drain you.
Okay, so you will pick up, after the session, you will pick up all that from them, and it's like, okay, I gotta like recharge myself. Yep. So you will go soak and do things like that.
Yeah, because you could talk to a person that is like, the person can be like really enraged when you in a session with them. And so when they enraged and when they negative and they mean and they mad, you take in all that heavy energy. So that's what I have to do when I come out of that session. It takes me, like I said, sometimes 30 to 45 minutes to decompress, but I soak.
Do you think tarot reading is your purpose in life, or do you think it's just something you know how to do, like it's just a gift? Well, like a natural gift that you have. Like, do you really think it's your purpose?
It's definitely my purpose and it's definitely my gift, but I think that us as people, we have a lot of hidden talents.
We do, yeah.
We have a lot of hidden talent, and a lot of us don't even find them.
Right.
Like I said, I didn't truly find this gift until about 7, 8 years ago.
So how did you first like tap into it like fully? Like, you know what, this is what Casey is going to do. Like, how did you do that, and how did it make you feel? Like, what was going on at that time?
I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. So I had went in my daughter's room one day, and my baby girl, and she had some tarot cards on, on her TV stand. So I was like, baby, I said, what you doing with them right there? And then so she was like, I dibble and dab a little bit, mama, here and there. And I was like, for real? I said, I had seen some cards like that online. So I was like, I'm gonna order them cards. So I ordered them. And when the cards came, they started in the draw for like 3 months. One day my daughter came in there and she was like, Mama, you ever use them cards? And I was like, no. She was like, you want to read me? And I did. So
you was just kind of messing around, like.
Yeah, I was messing around.
So why do you think the cards, like you bought the cards and then you put them in the drawer, and they was like in the drawer for like 3 months? Like, why do you think like you kind of like put them in the drawer? Like, was you kind of hiding from it, running from it, or was you kind of scared to do it?
No, I wasn't running and I wasn't scared. I was just trying to find the right time of when I was going to use them. You know what I'm saying? When I was going to pull them out. And so when my daughter asked me to read her, she was like, and I'm reading her, like I done shuffled the cards up in front of her and everything. Like I tell you, I had never studied not one card. Not one card. I seen them in her room, and I was interested in them because I knew what they were. When I read my daughter, she was like, "Mama, have you been spying on me?" Like, she was like, "Did you shuffle the card?" I was like, "Corey, you sitting right here in front of me. You know She was like, "But Mama, how you know all this stuff about me?" I was like, "Baby, God leading me."
Yeah. So you just was like, okay.
I knew stuff about her that she didn't even know I knew.
For real?
Yeah.
That's kind of your kid.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it be a bit much.
She was like, "Mama, you really good." And so I still didn't do nothing from there. I read my sister. I even told her about her surgery. Like, hey, you gonna look good. Your surgery gonna be good versus somebody told her that her surgery was gonna be bad, this, that, and the other. But I told her, you're gonna have a good turnout.
And it was good.
And it was good. And she was happy just like I told her.
Well, that was good. That was good, yeah. So your daughter kind of like got you introduced to the cards.
Right.
Like you just go in her room one day and then you see the cards and then your mind's like, pick up the cards, but you like, you know.
Right.
So, okay. So ever since then, you kind of, that's when you kind of took off with the tarot. You was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. Because you started on live, Casey, like, or you was kind of doing people before?
I was doing people before. Yeah, I was doing people way before I got on live.
Okay. So what made you get comfortable, like, with doing people on live? Like, how did you really get comfortable enough to do that when you know, like, okay, people probably looking at like, okay, we don't know Casey May as a tarot card reader, but it's like, okay, I'm on here saying like, hey, I'm Casey and I'm a tarot card reader. Like, how did that, you know, play out for you? Like, what you was thinking, like, was you kind of?
Actually, you know, when I realized I was as good as I was and that it was my gift, I knew that I wasn't afraid to face social media.
Okay.
You know, because I knew
you had confidence. Like,
yes, I had
this
confidence.
is what I know I can do.
Right.
So that helped you get on live and show your face and be who you truly were.
Right. Whether people accepted me or not, I wanted to do that.
How do you deal with the backlash that you get from people that knew you before you came publicly out as a tarot reader? Like, you know, like people that you grew up with that kind of knew you from when, you know, from the hood days or when y'all slept in the same bed. It's like, okay, they didn't know Casey as the tarot reader then, but it's like now you this person. So how did you deal with friends and family? Like, well, how do you deal with friends and family like that judge you and like, okay, girl, you don't know what you're talking about a girl, you know, like how do you deal with it?
Well, all of my friends accept me.
Okay.
All of my friends accept me, and you know, they know. You know, all my friends, they know that I know what I'm doing. All of them, and you know, my family do too. But you know, it's just like every other family. When people think they know you, and I literally mean when people think they know you, they want to judge you. Oh, she don't know what she doing. She ain't been had that gift. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of things that people don't know they have.
Right, it is.
Until you find it. And I actually found my gift.
Right, yeah. And that can be kind of, I feel like that can be kind of discouraging. That's why I was asking you, like, well, how do you feel? Because it's like, you know, like we all go through those type of times. I mean, like I did too. Like when I first, like I feel like if my grandmother was alive and she was to see me now, of course she'll be amazed. But if she was alive when I had the idea of to start the store and to do all these things, she would have been looking at me like, girl, you don't know what you doing. Like, go sit down. You better not try. You know, like she would have talked me out of it. So, you know, that's why I was asking you, like, how do you deal with like family members and people giving you backlash, but you still got to show up as the person that God wants you to show up with a gift? Like,
well, you know, it's still a few of my family members that really don't accept what I do. But for the most part, all of them really accept me because they know that I know what I'm doing.
or why do you think people just have a lot of backlash about tarot readings? Like, why do you think that people always, I feel like when you say tarot reading, like, people always attach negativity to it. Like, oh, it's witchcraft. Oh, it's black magic. Oh, it's not from God. Oh, it's, like, they just always say those things versus, like, giving it, like a real experience, like, okay, it's good or whatever the case may be. And I feel like a lot of people that's on that side that says, like, tarot is witchcraft, tarot is dark magic, tarot is not good, I feel like a lot of them haven't even had a reading. They just kind of say that. So, like, why do you think people just automatically try to attach negative things to tarot?
Well, see, a lot of people don't know anything about tarot card reading. And like I said, God leads my readings. So if a person think that it's dark and that it's witchcraft, then that's their opinion. They need to read up on it. You know what I'm saying? People need to just read up on it.
Because it's not considered as witchcraft, right?
Right. It's not. But people gonna have their own opinion of what they feel about a situation.
Right.
They gonna judge you. People gonna judge you. I don't care what it is that you do. People gonna try to judge you in some shape, form, or fashion.
Right. Of course. You're gonna always have, like a good side. You're gonna always have a side that's cheering you on. So I feel like that is normal when you're growing, and that's normal when you're stepping into your purpose. That's normal when you're doing something out of the abnormal. Like, it's normal. Like, it's normal for people to say things about you. And, like, you in a season of growing, you in a season of change, you in, like, just you different than what you were in the past. I feel like it's normal.
Right.
I feel like if people not really saying things like that about you, then you really ain't doing anything. Because, like, you still the same, That means that you kind of like, oh, you changed somewhere. Like, they see.
Exactly. Exactly. And people shouldn't want to stay, the same way that you've been for years. Like, you should want to exceed. And, you should even want your family or your friends to exceed. And I try to help all mine. I try to help my family. I try to help my friends. But I can only do so much. If you listen to me, I can help you. But when you choose not to listen to me, I can't help you.
Right. So do you feel like you get that in return a lot from your family and friends and people? Like, do you feel like you get a lot of,
Well, I get positive, you know what I'm saying? It just depends. I get a lot of positive from my friends. And I get a lot of positive from my family member too. It's just, most of them.
Okay.
Most of them.
What is your religion? Like, what are you considered as, like, a Christian, Muslim?
Yeah, I'm Christian, Baptist. Like, I believe truly in God.
Because I'm considered as spiritual. So, like, I don't attach, I said this in the last podcast, like, I don't really attach, this is just me, I don't attach, like, myself to Christianity, I don't attach myself to Muslim, like, none of that type of stuff. It's nothing negative about it,
Right.
It's just like, I feel like me, I'm just considered as spiritual. Like, I know that it's a higher power, which is what we call God.
Right.
And some people call it the universe or whatever the case may be, but, or spirit or whatever. But it's like, I just rather say like I'm spiritual versus, all the other religions name. Like, cause it's so much.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I feel like it's so much, like, wording attached to it. Like, if they think you're a Christian, oh, you can't do this, it's just like, it's always something attached to religion. So I just rather say, like, I'm spiritual. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on nobody's side.
Right.
I'm not more over here than that. I just believe it's a higher power at the end.
Right.
What gives you the clarity or confirmation to feel like this is what this person needs to know?
God give it to me. Yeah, God gives it to
guides.
me. Yeah, my ancestors and my spirit guides, like, they give me all the answers that I need to be able to lead that person on the right path.
So, okay, is there anything that you want to, like, address or anything you would like to say extra to people that, okay, probably know a little bit about Casey or probably really don't know Casey? Like, is there anything that you want the people to know?
I do want to let people know that these are tarot cards. This is not voodoo. This is not spell work. This is not witchcraft. This is not none of the above that people be saying. Oh, that's demonic. That's evil.
Black magic. This
Baby,
is like
I'm shuffling up a deck of cards, some cards, and I'm asking my spiritual guides and my God to guide me to be able to give you all the clarity that y'all need into y'all situation, because truly a lot of people don't know what they have coming towards them. A lot of things that you need to know that could lead you in the right direction, but when you choose to listen to what other people say, they don't even have a clue as to what's going on. You know, you got to find out, you know, what's real and what's right. But I can assure you, this ain't voodoo, baby. This
so it's
ain't
not voodoo, y'all.
This ain't
she said
voodoo.
what she does, y'all heard that. It's not voodoo, it's not witchcraft, it's not black magic. It's, you know, like her delivering clarity, you know, from God and her ancestors and spirit guides. So we just wanted to, like, you know, bold that or whatever, because a lot of people had that question, you know. And a lot of people, you know, like, that's the main thing people want to know.
Yeah.
Is it witchcraft? Is it gonna take my leg off? You know, like, yeah, you can keep your leg after you get the reading.
Yeah,
but yes.
you ain't gonna you know, you're not.
I mean,
gonna,
as you're getting the reading, y'all. Sorry.
Right, you're not gonna. What can happen though? These cards can help you know if you're going to get yourself in a negative situation. These cards, I can help keep you from a life or death situation if you listen. That's what these are for. That's what these are for. This is not voodoo. So I don't know who get that information from or whatever, but no, this is not voodoo, baby. It's not. I give you a lot of clarity with these cards. Okay, a lot of clarity. I'm CaseyTarot on Facebook, and I'm also on Instagram right now as CaseyTarot as well. And I do have TikTok. I'm just not on Instagram and TikTok as much right now, but I'm always on Facebook. And if you need to contact me, you know, you can either write me on my wall on Facebook or come into my inbox if you need to get in contact with me.
Again, thank you guys for tuning in to Real Talk After Dark. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Millionaire Trail. And thank you so much, Miss Casey May, for coming and just giving the people insight about who you are and what you have to offer, and to, you know, like, just clear up the good rumors, the bad rumors, just everything. I feel like you kind of like gave them that in this session.
Right.
Okay, you guys. Thank you.
Bye.